problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. Call us dangerous. Ain't too many can play with us. See what this game here taking us. No barber, ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much. Actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard from your mom to your pops to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my whole team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like what? In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like what? Whole squad like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke, no. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. I've been so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pan. I got it, don't panic surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like what? In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like what? Whole squad like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah.
All right, Coach. Well, autumn's starting to give way to the first hints of winter as we are at a chilly MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the New York Jets. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 23-yard line.
Ready. Choose the money. Check 50, choose the money. Go.
They go with Washington to begin the drive. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Washington now out of the gun. He finds an opening past the 40. That one good for 33 and a first.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play.
Hey, wahoo! 52, block 52, hard. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that
They'll look to throw now on first down. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's taken down inside the 30. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Go!
On first, here's Washington. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. Becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now a handoff looking right. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. They'll set up to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator. Big stop. Let's go. Go. Now.
They'll run on first down. It's Washington, and he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's second and 3.
Hey, Alpha.
Second and 3. Open man is Samuel, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Stand. Hey. Motion.
On first down, Washington. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
at the 13-yard line.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
Three butt. Shit! Watch the shit!
X3. 218. Chop. Let's go.
On second down, Washington. He showed off the athletic juke, but it didn't buy him a whole lot of real estate. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
Set up. 10-2 saw.
Number 53! Mike 53! Quit talking about it and bring it!
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
Shit! Kill!
Get it ready.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. From 8 yards out, and the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
The kicker on for the extra point.
They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Tight end right. You got three down.
2nd and 11. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Check 24. Check 43. Switch.
They'll drop the throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. In for the score as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Ready.
The Browns Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
Well, in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down.
61, matchbox lights. Go out. Now.
You got motion man. You got motion man right there.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Let's go. You're not ready. You're not ready.
And they give this time to the tailback. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Mike 5. Not today, you are. Not today.
They'll set up a throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. They're going to look to throw. Looking for the end zone. Got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A 24-yard touchdown. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown.
You ready? You ready? You ready?
The Browns drive about to get started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
At the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
First down, Cleveland.
Down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check, check, check. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Yeah, yeah.
Stay
On the ball. Defense.
Running it, Washington. And he's got some space here. He's at the 30, 20. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
This fielded at the 2. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Taylor. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
That's it. That's it. Big hit.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Get it, baby.
46-yard line.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Here we go, here we go. My five. Target.
2nd and 9 now. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 28.
Check 52.
Jets, first down.
They'll run on first down. Taylor, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Here we go again. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Check. Come on.
57's right. Strip that ball. Strip that ball. 57.
Back to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Two times.
Hey, switch gears. Tighten up. Check three.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. The extra point splits the uprights, and that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta.
53 is the mic.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. But what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
50 seconds. 57 Mike.
Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
Here we go. 57's Mike. Mike 57.
2nd and 10. He sets to fire deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. Squish.
He'll drop to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
Check 53.
We ain't giving up nothing, Bravo. Look at me. Zipper.
Here it comes.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. On 2nd down, it's Washington. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
52's the Mike, boys. 52.
Hey, Foxtrot.
They'll look to throw here. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Ready. 10 Tusa. 5.
Mike 52. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
What? Hey, Sam off. Hey, exit.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
You think you gonna get this? Where's 52? Watch 52. Yep. 52's the Mike. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
Hey, Haywood.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it.
Intercepted. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it, Nick.
And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
57, 57's right. Switch up, switch up. 57's Mike. Mike 57.
He'll look to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
Come on, fellas.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Push him back. Kill, kill, kill. Cover, cover. Smoke. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. You can't block me. You can't block me. Check safety, check safety.
Back to throw here. Dancing to his left, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Jadeveon Clowney able to record his 5th sack of the season.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down. Shoot.
They run the counter. It's Taylor. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Mike 57. Watch the run. Good side, baby. That's baby side. That's it. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. It's been a long day for you.
Out of the gun now on third down. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
57.
They'll try and throw for it here. He's got his man. It's Butler. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
57. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Now they try the right side here. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, high 7. Now.
They'll set up to throw. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Give him 32 on the play.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Washington gets it going right. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Second and 8 at the 17-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
General West. Come. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
They'll try the left side. Sapp. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
That's the 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
2nd and 13. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter play. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. Here we go. The Browns will go for 2.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Kill.
Go.
Motion. Check. Shit.
They're going to try and run for it. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
2nd and 11. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11.
57. Mike, 57. Come on. Wait.
They'll set up a throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
57's the mic. Rock 57.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. You better bring it. You better bring it.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. A lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know, head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken at the 3. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
Their own 21-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Run coverage excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
Get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Let's go, D.
Hey, check Mike 57.
Yeah, that's what I do.
They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. 57's Mike. Mike 57.
You ain't got nothing.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
Ready?
Hey, we got Mike.
Leo.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Check 26. Check 26.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Check. 53
2nd and 4. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there. In a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
On 1st down, Taylor. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That 1st down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
Check 4. Check 4. Check 3. Check 3. And turn it over. '57's the mic. Watch 57.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Taylor. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you've got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. They come up on a big 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together. Mike, 53. Hard.
2nd and 10. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Got you, boy.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up. Down near the 5.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
I'm coming. 57. Mike, 57. Hey, I'm coming. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Trying to to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
And the Jets, first down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
That's gonna be a long day. That's it, baby. We're gonna work.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Zoom, zoom. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Let's go.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
57's mic.
Back to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. He's coming. Double up.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try and sneak it here. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Check 24, check 22, check, Bama. 22, check, Bama. 57's a mark, 57.
Back to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Joseph on for the extra point. And he missed it. Oh, would you believe it? It is no good. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
You ready?
Set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Watch the curl, watch the curl. Same. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Shift.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
First down, Cleveland.
Here we go. 50, plant.
It's our time, guys. It's our time.
They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as the clock will stop with 30. Seconds left to go.
At the 12-yard line.
So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Check. Crunch.
Huge off Horford. Ready.
They run from the shotgun with Washington. A huge loss on the play, and that'll bring up a third down and very long. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. That's Samuel, caught left side. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Joker.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, Alpha.
Back to throw. Got an open man. It's Ratley. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football back.
The play is a turnover on down.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Cleveland, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks